What is up, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason, and I'm back for another YouTube video NBA breakdown for January 25th, 2025. And hey man, if you listened to my last video, what did we do? We went 3-0 on the YouTube picks. I also went 3-0 in my premium, guys. I'll put some of the tickets up right here. So man, if you want to see me come up here again and keep on dropping these gems, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you like this type of content, or let me know in the comments what videos you guys want to see, particularly for the sports betting stuff. I just want to give you guys the stuff that you want to see and want to listen to and envision every single day. But guys, if you do want to tap in for a week for absolutely free, I've said it so many times, man, so many times. Just go to that pinned comment down below, sign up on Novig, use code LOCK. You get 50% off your first deposit, and you get the best lines in the industry, better lines than FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, all those traditional sports books. It works in 42 states. So if you're in a state like California, Texas, or Florida, you could use this, bet on these games. But guys, let's go make some money today. We have a loaded slate. We have 14 games on the board, but I'm going to skip a few of them because they're so early. So I'm not going to talk about the Pacers and San Antonio game. It's already going on right now. It's like 11:51 when I'm filming this. And I'm not going to talk about the Minnesota game. That's at 3 p.m. So you might not even see it by the time you see this video. So let's talk about the first game on the board. The first game I'm going to talk about is at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, the Boston Celtics against the Dallas Mavericks. Boston Celtics are 8.5-point favorites on the road. And hey man, look, they got destroyed by the Lakers, got absolutely whooped. They were on a back-to-back though, and their first game did have overtime. Besides that, now they're, I guess, somewhat rested. They're gonna play a Dallas team who's still pretty injury-ridden. Klay Thompson's a game-time decision. Derek White is a game-time decision for the Boston Celtics. And I'm gonna say like this, man, on paper, the Boston Celtics are the better team. From top to bottom. I don't know what it is though, but they have not been good at covering spreads as of late. They have not been good at covering games. I don't know what it is, man. There's something weird about this game, but I expect Derek White and Klay to play. If they don't play, that's going to be a little bit interesting, but I'll say this. Look, in their last, let's call it 5 games, they've only covered 2 out of those 5 games, so they have not been doing good at all. Dallas, on the other hand, they've actually been doing the same, man. 2 of the last 5 games, they've been able to cover those games, so yeah, man, in this spot, this is what I'll say, man. Dallas, it looks impressive. They beat OKC, even though they're on a back-to-back. After almost beating the Minnesota Timberwolves, they look somewhat impressive. And I think, there's no way I want to lay this many points with Boston on the road with how they've been playing. Give me the Dallas Mavericks at 8.5. I don't think that they're the better team. I just can't. Just the way Boston has been playing, I just don't want to back them right now. They should beat them. They're the better team on paper, but I'm not laying extended numbers yet, man. Boston Celtics, you got to prove it to me first. All right, next game on the board. Let's talk about the Miami Heat against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets getting 9 points at home. And hey, I've said it in previous videos, man. What have I said? The Miami Heat, man, they're not the same team without Jimmy Butler. There's something going on with this team. They need to figure it out. They need to trade Jimmy Butler and just get their things sorted. They need a real leader on this team. Not saying Brooklyn Nets are, they're a mess too. Their season's already done. They're 14-31. Miami still has somewhat of a chance, but man, this is a tough game because I don't want to lay extended points with Miami anywhere. Whether they're at home, whether they're on the road, they have not been a very profitable team when they've been extended favorites like this. But I will say this, man, when they've been on the road, they've also been even worse than at home. 9-14 away. Even though the Nets have been such terrible covers at home, they've been one of the worst home covering teams, 7-12. They're much better on the road because they get so many points. But they get a lot of points here, man. Brooklyn Nets don't really have a home court advantage at all. So look, there's no home court advantage for the Heat. There's none for the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn, they've had some of the worst defenses in the league. It's really tough to back up anywhere. They've been pretty good at preventing a lot of 3-point shots, though, if there's any highlight for what they've been doing. Miami Heat, obviously, much better defense. They're one of the best defenses in the league, at least top 10 to top 15, if you want to call it that. But they do prevent a lot of attacks to the basket, but that's not really a big problem for the Brooklyn Nets because they primarily just shoot threes, man. So I actually think, at this big of a number, I don't want to lay with Miami. Give me the Brooklyn Nets +9. If they get the 3-point shooting off, they have, Zaire Williams and a few of these, maybe Clowney able to drop some threes. I think maybe they could be somewhat competitive, but yeah, I'm not looking to really bet this game. It's not really positive. It's a low total, 209. So getting some points just off that's a little bit helpful. But yeah, it's a tough game, bro. I don't like this. But let's talk about some of the next games. The next few games are actually really interesting. I like these games probably the most. So let's go listen to this. The Detroit Pistons against the Orlando Magic. And the biggest thing is Orlando might get almost everyone back. Jalen Suggs, Goga Batats. I think Goga Batats practiced today. So there's a good chance he does play. The thing about this game is that if the Orlando Magic have everyone playing, they're healthy, and they were playing like they were pre-injuries, the Magic were one of the best teams in the league. They're 23-23. They might be on the precipice of coming back and turning their season around. Detroit, on the other hand, just been really rolling, man. They've been playing very well. It's a really tough game, bro. I don't know how Orlando's going to come back. I mean, Orlando's been a really great home team when they've been healthy. And we haven't seen these guys play in a long time, man. So it's really tough to put money on either side. I'll say this. If I was to make a bet, I'll roll with Orlando at home, expecting maybe that they get some juice back, some energy back from getting everyone back. But did they play exactly 100% when they all came back last game? No, they got whooped their last game. But I don't know. I'm going to take a shot with it. Give me the Orlando Magic, -2.5. But look, I'm honestly not looking to bet this game. I'm saying this game is definitely interesting because I really want to see how they come out after being hurt for so long, man. But it'd be nice to see if they could do it, though. All right, next game on the board, another 7 p.m. Eastern time game. We got the New Orleans Pelicans against the Charlotte Hornets. Both teams played yesterday, so they're both on the back-to-back. 228 over/under. Pelicans -4 favorites at home. I mean, on the road. I'm sorry. Zion Williams is supposed to come back, so it looks like their main guy's gonna be back. And like I said in my last video, what did I say? There's no way I would lay points or even bet on any Pelicans game unless Zion's playing. Zion is supposed to play, and then on the Charlotte side, LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges did not play last night, but they might play tonight. I think they're gonna play tonight. If Zion plays, which it looks like he is, I'll take the 4 points with the Pelicans. I actually think they're the better team as long as Zion plays. They're a top team as long as he plays. So give me the Pelicans. He creates so much offense, defense, passing opportunities. The guy, for as much as he gets, I think he's an amazing player. But I hope he's healthy. Give me the Pelicans. Give me those -4 laying the points on the road. All right. Next game, we got a revenge game, man. The Toronto Raptors against the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta -4.5 favorites at home. And man, look, Toronto, they beat them last game. Kind of a little bit lucky, but they were blowing them out in the beginning. There's not too many big changes except Capella might be back. I don't know if he's going to start. And Trae Young is a game-time decision. And Jalen Johnson is not playing. For some reason, they actually played better when Jalen Johnson wasn't playing. So DeAndre Hunter, I think he was like a defensive presence that was very good. So I don't know. I actually think, Atlanta comes back, gets some revenge here. They obviously were playing much better in that second half. I think they found something. But Toronto, man, they were playing very well, man. I told you that was going to be a good revenge spot. But, I think it depends on the lineup. The lineup's not confirmed yet. If Trae Young does not play, there's no way I would lay 4 points with Atlanta. I don't think they can beat the Toronto Raptors without Trae Young. He is their leader of that team. The offense 100% runs through him. But I actually think it's a smart move if they start DeAndre Hunter and if they can play Capella. I actually do like the Hawks. So if Capella starts, Hunter plays, and Trae Young's playing, and it's 4.5, I'd take the Hawks. But as it stands right now, if I'm not really sure who's playing, yeah, I mean, I'll probably still take the Hawks in a revenge spot at home. A game they probably could have won. They should have not gotten blown out that much in the beginning, but I'll still take it, man. Shout out to the Raptors, bro. +1.5, blowout winner. All right, but the next game, I've said it before, a championship type game. Is a revenge game maybe. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost their last game. We got the Houston Rockets against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm not just talking about the last game against Houston. They lost their last game against the 76ers. Wow. People were surprised. But now they're back at home after traveling to Philly after getting whooped. Now they're playing the Houston Rockets. Houston won that game outright last time as dogs, and they're once again dogs. Cleveland Cavaliers -3.5 point favorites at home. Evan Mobley might be coming back. That's huge because he did not play last time against the Houston Rockets. But to me, I don't know, man. Was that last game a huge look-ahead spot? Did they really try to only focus on this game? I don't know, man. Houston, for as bad as they are as on the road, I mean, at least in previous years, on the road so far this season, the Houston Rockets have actually not been too bad. They've been 13-7 away and 12-10 at home. So for all the home dominance they had previous years, they've actually been covering better on the road than at home. I don't have to tell you too much about the Cavaliers. They've been one of the best covering teams in general. But look, man, in this game, I think it's another game that should be a pick 'em, to be honest. I like the Houston Rockets plus 3.5. I think they could win this game again outright, even if Evan Mobley plays. Obviously, it's a big change, something that did not happen last game. But I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are actually getting a little bit of a discount because they're on this back-to-back. But we'll see, man. Evan Mobley's not 100% yet to play. Let me see. I don't think I've seen anything that says that he was 100% playing or not. But let's see, man. It's definitely a big game if he does play. They definitely need him because if they don't have him, oh man, this spread's looking even better for the Rockets. But all right, guys, we're almost there, man. We have 6 more games to go. I'm gonna try to fly through these quick, man. So if you've been enjoying it, man, put a thumbs up and let's keep on rocking these games, bro. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, down the block in New York from me. The New York Knicks are playing the Sacramento Kings. Fox is a game time decision, man. So we'll see if he even plays. The Knicks are 5-point favorites at home. Josh Hart is also injured. Well, not injured, but he's a game time decision on the other side. Hey, look, man, I mean, Sacramento's been playing very, very well. I mean, they're off their last game against the Nuggets that mollywopped them on a doubleheader. Now they're traveling to New York. They did get some rest in between, so it's not like they're on a back-to-back again. But it's a tough travel spot, man. I mean, this is going to be another game. You know, tough team. Knicks are probably one of the best teams on the East. I actually think the Knicks actually match up pretty good against this Sacramento team. So, again, in this spot, it depends if Fox plays. Fox is a game time decision. We'll see if he even plays. But in this spot, I actually think the Knicks have been kind of a little bit overrated in some spots. In some games, they lay too many points. I think there's a game where they're laying too many points. I think they should only be around a 3 to 3.5 point favorite. I think 5 points is a little too much in my opinion. But it obviously depends if Fox plays or not. If he doesn't play, then yeah, I would probably go with the Knicks at this spread because they would probably go up even a little bit more. But it looks like Fox was at shoot-around, so I think this is too many points, bro. So give me the Sacramento Kings plus 5 on the road. But I hope my Knicks win, man. Just win by like 1 or 2 points. All right, next game, we got 8 p.m. Eastern time. Philadelphia 76ers against the Chicago Bulls. And, man, Chicago got absolutely whooped against the Golden State Warriors. I couldn't believe that. I thought Chicago was going to be able to win that game, but they obviously could not do anything. Philadelphia 76ers on the back-to-back. They just absolutely whooped the Cavaliers. So is this a flat spot for them? Maybe. But Chicago definitely wants to get some type of revenge, try to get a win on their bellies because, I mean, right now they're 19-26. They still have a chance to maybe make a wild card spot. They got to get some wins under them, but looks like Lonzo Ball will be starting. Dosunmu is a game time decision. Josh Giddey at the point guard. Hey, man, look, I think, we'll see. It looks like Philly's going to play everybody, which is pretty surprising. Usually Paul George doesn't play back-to-back games. So in this game, man, I don't know. I like Chicago in this spot. I think Chicago's pace will definitely give Philly some problems. Obviously, the main thing about Philly is that they shoot a lot of threes. Chicago has a pretty terrible defense, in my opinion. But if there's anything, like I said, that they're really good at, it's covering that three-point line. And Philadelphia 76ers shoot a lot of threes and have not been effective there. They're pretty much the opposite of the Golden State Warriors. But, yeah, I like Chicago Bulls, man. Give me the points. The public is definitely all down on them because they got their butts whooped by the Golden State Warriors. But I think they bounce back here against the Philadelphia 76ers team who's on the road, coming back, after a big win against the Cavaliers, the top team in the East. Or maybe the second top team. But, yeah, give me the Bulls -4. All right, man. We got 4 more games left. If you guys still with me, man, let's go talk about it. Utah Jazz against the Memphis Grizzlies. And, look, Memphis might have John Moran back. Obviously, Memphis got a nice, easy win against the Pelicans. I told you guys that was easy money. Pelicans are nothing without Zion, but Memphis might have John Moran back. And like I said, too, man, they don't need John Moran to play and win. They can still win without him, but Utah Jazz, man, +11 on the road. Ooh, this is a tough one, bro. Memphis is a young team. I think they could play well in a back-to-back. A game that, they did very, very well. Came back from the first half, losing. Second half, came and whooped them. So how do they do in this game? And Utah looks like they'll have everyone starting except John Collins. He is out. Drew Zhang is also out. Jordan Clarkson's still out. But they're going to have my man, Senabog. He's going to be playing tonight as a starting player. I mean, I think he's awesome, bro. The guy is really good offensively, very aggressive. In this game, man, look, I think Memphis is a much better team. Utah's not been able to cover spreads. Utah's not been a great covering team in general. They used to be a really great covering team when they had Donovan Mitchell and things like that. But they've actually been one of the worst covering teams. Let me see. They've actually been one of the best covering teams on the road. They are 15-9 covering on the road so far this season. And that's a lot because they just get a lot of points on the road. And being somewhat healthy could be helpful, but at the same time, the Grizzlies, they are 15-7 at home when covering. So back-to-back games, tough spot for the Memphis Grizzlies. I think they can do it. I think obviously Memphis matches up very, very well against this team. But the one thing Utah does have is a lot of size. They can battle guys like Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey. They're going to come with a lot of pace. But the fact that Marketing, Kyle Sexton, and Kessler are back with Keontae George, I think is a huge positive. The bench is obviously not as deep. But I think there's too many points, man. Given the Utah Jazz plus 11, even if Ja Morant comes back, if he does come back, this line might go to like a plus 12 or a plus 12.5. So maybe just wait until he gets confirmed in. If he stays out, I still think the line probably stays at around 11. I think Utah could be competitive, man. They could definitely do it because if there's one weakness in the Memphis Grizzlies defense, I would say is probably maybe allowing a lot of threes. But I mean, I will say Memphis has had a really, really strong defense so far. All right, last 3 games on the board. We got the LA Lakers against the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors got that big win. Lakers got a big win as well. So who comes back and hits a flat spot after that? I don't know, man. Look, it's a pick 'em type game. Is there anything the Lakers want you to do? I've said it many, many times, over and over again. They want you to shoot. They want you to attack the basket. They don't want you to shoot threes. They make you attack the basket. And the Golden State Warriors, they want to shoot threes, man. So it's going to be a battle of whose will gets imposed. Golden State Warriors, they want you to shoot threes. And obviously the Lakers, they want to attack the basket. So, I mean, I think it actually plays well into the Warriors' hands. I think the Warriors actually have the better options. I think the Lakers, obviously, they have a lot of talent, but I like the Warriors in this spot, man. Give them the Golden State Warriors. They have Podominski back, Wiggins back, supposedly. So if they're healthy, I think the Warriors get back to their old form, have their strong defense, able to beat the Lakers on the offense and defensive side, and they get a nice win at home. All right, guys, the last 2 games on the board, man. Washington Wizards against the Phoenix Suns. I mean, didn't we just see this game, man? What the hell's going on, bro? Yeah, man, look, I'm not going to say anything different. Phoenix Suns, they whooped them last game. Do they do it again at home? I don't know, bro. I mean, Washington's been a terrible team, bro. Terrible team. They've been the worst covering team on the road, even though they get like 20 points a game. If you got to bet this game, it is what it is. Suns are also been terrible at home, one of the worst home covering teams in the NBA. If you want to go bet this game, please go do it. I'm skipping this game, but if I was to bet it, like I said, I don't care how many points the Wizards get. They could get 30 points. They've been so unreliable. I am not touching this game, but give me the Phoenix Suns. But come on, man. There's so many other things you could bet on. Please don't bet this game. Maybe bet props because the total's fairly high and you want to bet overs and things like that. You could maybe do it in this game, but there ain't no way I'm touching this. All right, last game on the board. A game that looks very interesting. The Milwaukee Bucks against the LA Clippers. And maybe, hey, a championship type game right here. But I'm going to look at this game from a different perspective. Lake Clippers will have everyone playing. James Harden, Norman Powell, Kawhi, Zubac. Milwaukee they'll have everyone playing as well. I'll say this, man. I like the Clippers in this game. -3. Everyone playing, man. They have one of the best defensive teams in the NBA and a very strong offense. I mean, they can shut down the 3-point line for the Milwaukee Bucks, an area they really do rely on. The Clippers, obviously, you look at their ratings right now, it has not been that impressive. Don't get me wrong, but look, they're the top 3 defensive team in the league, along with the Thunder and the Milwaukee Bucks or the Chicago Bulls at the 3-point line. But I think the Clippers get a nice dub here. Giannis is going to struggle. I think they're going to be able to use their defense and cover him. And he's going to make everyone else win for them, and I don't think they can do it, man. Clippers have way too many weapons in Harden, Powell, Kawhi, Zubac, even Derrick Jones. I think you're going to see, I'm going to call it right now, the Clippers are going to have a huge resurgence on the West, and they're going to be a playoff threat, man. The West is very competitive, and if the Clippers are healthy, oh, man, be careful. Thunder, Nuggets, Sacramento, everyone, because they might come for your lunch. But, guys, you've been here with me since the beginning. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Let's get it going.